The Chili Bowl is the Super Bowl of dirt midget racing, and it happens every January at the Tulsa Expo Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma, on a unique quarter-mile indoor dirt track. Over 300 cars show up for this event, and it takes almost an entire week to get to the final 24 starters that will be featured in the A main. The 2019 race was particularly interesting, and that's the one we're going to revisit here, as this one came down to the very last lap between two NASCAR heavyweights, Christopher Bell and Kyle Larson, as they would have to compete against and beat some of the best in the dirt racing world. The 2018 and defending USAC National Midget Champion, Logan Seavey, was on pole for the race, with Christopher Bell alongside him and Kyle Larson behind him in the third spot. As after a week of racing, these drivers are now finally ready to start the 55-lap feature event.
Lights are out. Your General Tire A main is ready to go. They'll roll through turns 3 and 4 at pace and then stand on the throttle. Here we go. The 33rd running of the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl. And everybody through turns 1 and 2. Logan Seavey with the early lead. And caution flag out immediately.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they count that first lap. If not, it will be a complete restart.
And by restart, what they mean there is caution laps do not count, and if the caution comes out on the opening lap, the race just essentially restarts itself if no laps were completed. Someone losing a wheel cap would bring the caution out here as there is debris on the racetrack, and the field would come around and restart the race.
And one more time, we'll get them started here. Seavey with a nice job, and Christopher Bell follows right behind, right down to the bottom. Oh, the guy's bunched up in the back. Looks like everybody's able to continue so far. And more one. Thought he was going to go up and over right there.
I think that's Sean McClellan, one of the Haferteep cars, making it in for the first time in his career.
Once again, the yellow would wave, this time for an incident, which would cause the race to do a complete restart once again.
Yeah, it looked like, I don't know if Rico got a little help there from Golubic or if how that actually got started, but Haferteep jumping a wheel and then really digging into the track there. I don't know if he has some left front damage on that thing or not. Here's one more look at it from the the POV cam on the front stretch.
Yeah, it did look like Rico got some help back there, and of course he stacked up a few of them when he was getting turned around.
That was an unfortunate start there for two-time winner of this race, Rico Abreu, as he started a little bit further back in the pack and found himself in trouble. The good thing about the Chili Bowl is that the caution laps do not count, as I mentioned before, so this gives drivers an opportunity to either just rejoin at the rear of the field if it was just a minor incident, or they could pull off into a work area at the bottom of the ramp where they enter and exit the racetrack, where they could try to fix whatever issues they have as quick as possible to get back out on the track before the green flag comes back out.
Complete restart number 3 here. We'll try it one more time.
Shout out to Shaggy out there in California, part of the TRD crew, watching intently here to see how his engines do as an all TRD Toyota front row. And we've got another one down there in and over the berm, and it's going to be the 3-in of Jake Newman.
Unfortunately, the third time would not be the charm to get this race going, as Jake Newman got a little help being turned around there from Shane Golubic, who was involved in the first incident. This was a relatively minor one, and he would continue on in the race, and we would have our 4th complete restart.
Take another look at what happened here. Yeah, possibly
back. Well,
I might have got a little help there. Hard to say.
Looked like Golubic was trying to dodge him, if nothing else. So
we'll try it again. Side by side, Logan Seavey on the pole alongside Christopher Bell.
Wow, tough time trying to get this one going. Yeah,
Larson,
put a lap
Larson. I'll count out Justin Grant. Nobody picked him. Starting back there in 5th.
Just not enough of us. Somebody would have picked him. And one more time, we get going here. The mighty midget scream to life.
And you see Seavey right there coming off the corner, had the wheel turn left, so his car's a little bit tight. Snug it up, be a little tight off the start, and track will come to you as you work through this 55 laps.
And Kyle Larson now up into second place. Bell not having as good a restart, or start I should say, that time has fallen back into fourth place.
The race would finally get a green flag start, and the laps do tick off quite fast as these guys are lapping anywhere between 11 to 12 seconds. And as they were approaching the back of the pack, Kyle Larson began to put pressure on leader Logan Seavey to try to take control of this race. And at this point, Kyle Larson has not won the Chili Bowl yet, so he was determined to get his first Golden Driller. It's really important to navigate lap traffic correctly here as well, as you have to choose which line will be best to navigate around the lapped cars. These drivers do not have spotters like they do in NASCAR. And on lap 21, Kyle Larson would make the move to the inside of Logan Seavey to take over the lead of the race, as I think Seavey kind of underestimated the speed of the lap car there, went to the high line, opened the bottom for Larson, and Larson threw it in there to take over the lead. And on the very next lap, Christopher Bell will move into the third spot as he got to the inside of Justin Grant and was now right on the rear bar of Logan Seavey. But the top four cars were all still in very close proximity, with about a car length and a half or less between all of them. On lap 28, Christopher Bell would absolutely send it to the inside of Logan Seavey, and he would take over the second spot, putting himself in a great position to win his third consecutive Golden Driller. Unfortunately for Bell though, right after he completed the pass, the yellow flag would come out as Tyler Courtney looped it around. Due to that, the field gets reset to the previous scoring loop, and Logan Seavey was still ahead of Christopher Bell at that point, so he would have to give the spot back.
Hey, just got in there a little bit high and hard, as they say, and looped it out.
All Tyler Courtney would need here is a push to get restarted, and he would actually recover quite nicely from this.
Get back underway, the 01 still out front.
The question is, do the top three guys that are teammates, they all race each other a little differently than they would somebody else? Does Seavey allow Christopher Bell a little room that he wouldn't allow somebody else? I know he missed it right there, though. He washes up like that a couple more times, and Bell's going to make him pay again. And maybe it's not missing him. Maybe the car is just not happy down there on the bottom.
The yellow flag would fly once again on lap 33 as Tanner Thorson gets sideways, collecting World of Outlaws star David Gravel, with Gravel getting the worst of this one.
I don't think he had it, all by himself right there.
Yeah, Gravel
right rear in the slick and just lost it.
Danny Stratton gets in there and stays on the gas, and Stratton kind of caught Brad Sweet as well. They all kept going. That's a tough break for David Gravel, making his first career A-main start here at the Chili Bowl Nationals. There it is again from the POV shot.
And once again, the 01, Kyle Larson after it. Christopher Bell's going to go up to the top there for just a moment. See if he can get a run off the cushion.
Yeah, Brady Bacon again goes back up there battling with Tanner Thorson. Bell down low, Seavey goes up top. Look at Bacon still trying to work that high line. I think you're going to start to see that come in if those guys can build that cushion. And Bell now to the inside of Seavey in turn 3.
Takes him up to the top, showed him a nose a couple times up to the top. Seavey went up there to battle with him as well. He was able to get back down to the bottom. Now can he get to the top and make it pay? Here we go. If you missed the battle at Turkey Night, you're about to see it again. Christopher Bell in second, Kyle Larson up front, and these two can put on a show. Kyle Larson to the top. Kyle Larson down to the bottom, says you can have it. Bangs off the shelf, gets a big run. Here comes the 71W.
Yeah, Larson will slide up just a little bit, take the line away, and caution comes out again.
Just as the battle for the lead was getting good, the yellow flag would come out once again. This one, I'm honestly not really sure what it was for. I think it was for debris, but the broadcast never actually shows it here or really even mentions it. But nonetheless, this would just be a quick one, and these guys would get back racing pretty quickly.
Yeah, he was closing the gap there pretty quickly. It's going to get pretty interesting. We'll see if Larson can hold him off.
And Larson is really good on these restarts as you see a battle for third and fourth. Justin Grant, Logan Seavey. There's Bacon working the outside. Zach Dom's still down there working low. Justin Grant doing a great job as he gets into third. And there's Brady Bacon now looking to the inside of Logan Seavey. Bacon's coming.
It's like right up beside him, a little quicker car, trying to find a way around.
Kyle Larson was able to get a great restart here and get just enough distance between him and Christopher Bell that Bell cannot make a lunge on him. And all Kyle Larson is trying to do at this point is just maintain that gap between Christopher Bell and himself, because at this point in their careers, Christopher Bell was getting the better out of Kyle Larson in these dirt midget races. Larson was doing a great job maintaining the gap between him and Bell as he still held steady, taking the white flag.
But here you go, top two. White flag coming out for Kyle Larson. 1 to go as he crosses the stripe. Christopher Bell right in his rear bumper.
Oh, and he slides up. Christopher Bell gets underneath him. Christopher Bell's going to take the lead, and he does so. Larson comes right back at him. Throw the teammate things out of the window, and Christopher Bell leads 1 lap of this race. Less than 1 lap of this race, and it's the only one that matters. 3 consecutive for Christopher Bell. What an incredible finish. A smallest of mistakes out of Kyle Larson, and it cost him the race.
Where did he come from on that final lap? Got a drive off turn number 4. Larson misses it by just a little bit. Gets into the slick in 1 and 2.
And Larson responded as hard as he knew how, and Bell knew it was coming.
Wow.
Christopher Bell sent it in there in turn number 1 on the last lap. Larson slipped up. He was able to get under him and take the lead, and he only led 1 lap in the entire race, which was the most important one, the last one, and he would claim his 3rd consecutive golden driller, and which makes this even better as Christopher Bell goes to do his victory celebrations. He ends up flipping the car right over, which is absolutely hilarious and one of the best all-time victory celebrations. As to be a 3-time winner of this race is definitely a huge deal, as this is one of the biggest dirt races in America. You could watch the 2024 Chili Bowl Nationals on FloRacing. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, but that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I hope that some people that aren't dirt fans, that are subscribers to my channel, watch this and become dirt fans, because dirt racing is some of the best out there. So make sure you subscribe to my channel for more racing history videos just like this one, and give this one a thumbs up if you want to see more dirt racing content. Hope to see you in my next one. Take care, everybody.